The best time to date is when you're in a financial rut. Let me explain. So today I'm going to talk about something most men are too afraid to admit. Dating when your bank account is looking like a ghost town. Yep, I'm going there. And no, this isn't about gold diggers or financial stability. It's about something a little deeper than that. So, if you've been avoiding putting yourself out there because your wallet feels light, you're probably making a mistake that could cost you more than just money. In today's video, we'll discuss the rules of dating women when you're broke, how to build confidence while you're broke, and I'll also share a confidence test that many people use all the time to determine their confidence level. Jessica Ois here. Welcome to the channel. Does money matter? Yes, but I need you to really hear me because being broke could actually make you a better partner. Crazy, right? Let me explain. When you're in a financial rut, you're forced to be resourceful, creative, and most importantly, authentic. But before you jump onto the next dating site with a ramen noodle budget, there are some hard truths and surprising advantages that you need to understand. So let's face it, society places a lot of pressure on men when it comes to dating. You're told to be the provider, the protector, the guy who always picks up the check and plans the perfect night, right? So when you're not financially where you want to be, it's easy to think, well, what's the point of dating anyway? You'll start to avoid relationships, not because you don't want love, but because you're afraid you'll look inadequate. And I'm sure that this sounds familiar to you because you're watching this video. Here's the thing though, you're not alone. I mean, most men tie their sense of worth directly to their ability to provide. It's a natural narrative men have been fed since birth. Real men are financially stable, right? But here's what no one tells you. This belief can actually sabotage your love life and your personal growth. When you tell yourself, I can't date until I'm financially ready, you're actually feeding into a toxic cycle, my 2 cents. You're convincing yourself that you're only available when your wallet is full, which can destroy your confidence inadvertently. And here's the thing, this mindset doesn't just affect your dating life, it bleeds into everything, your friendships, your career, and even how you see yourself as a man. Now, let me be clear, I get it. Nobody wants to feel like they're not enough. You don't want to show up on a date and feel like you're under-delivering. But the truth is, the right woman for you isn't looking for perfection. She's looking for connection. And that connection doesn't cost a dime. But here's what you're forgetting. Dating isn't about proving you're rich. It's about proving you're worthy. And worth has nothing to do with how much money you have. In fact, avoiding dating until you're financially stable can actually backfire because you miss out on valuable experiences that shape you into a better partner. Think about it. How are you supposed to learn about building emotional intimacy, effective communication, or even basic relationship dynamics if you're just sitting on the sidelines? Dating, even when your finances aren't perfect, is like practice. It helps you figure out what you want, how to navigate challenges, and how to show up authentically. And trust me, authenticity is far more attractive than money ever will be. Here's the truth. The longer you wait to fix your finances, the harder it gets to put yourself out there. You'll start using money as a permanent excuse, and before you know it, you've built a wall around yourself that no woman can climb. And the saddest part is, you'll miss out on meeting women who could have been perfect for you. Not because you weren't good enough, but because you didn't give yourself a chance to try. So here's something most people won't tell you. Dating when you're broke can be one of the most transformative experiences of your life. And I know it sounds counterintuitive, but hear me out. When you strip away the money and the materialism, you're left with what really matters, you. And that's where the magic happens. Let's break it down. When you're in a financial rut, you're forced to focus on things money can't buy. Things like creativity, personality, emotional connection. And trust me, those qualities are far more attractive than a fat wallet. Why? Because women remember how you make them feel and not how much you spend on them. The right kind of women anyway. Now let me tell you about something that happens when you date broke. You weed out the wrong women. If a woman only values you for what you buy, she's not worth your time, period. But the ones who stick around, they're there for the real you. The one who's trying, growing, and showing up despite challenges. And honestly, that's what a solid relationship is built on. Mutual respect, understanding, and not materialism. But it's not just about the woman you date. It's also about you. Dating when you're broke forces you to level up emotionally. Think about it. When you can't rely on money to impress someone, you're left with your personality, your humor, and your intellect. This is your chance to sharpen those tools and figure out what really makes you stand out. Even better, dating during this time teaches you humility and gratitude. When you're broke, every small win, like a great conversation or a meaningful connection, feels 10 times sweeter. You learn to appreciate the little things, and that mindset will serve you long after your finances improve. Here's another reason dating during a financial rut is an opportunity. It builds resilience. Relationships come with challenges, and if you can navigate dating while broke, you're already building the skills you need to handle tougher situations down the line. You'll learn to communicate better, you'll learn to problem solve and show vulnerability, all of which are essential for a healthy relationship. Think about it. If you can build a connection with someone when you're broke, imagine how strong that bond will be when you're thriving. One last thing. Dating during a financial rut gives you perspective. It helps you see which women truly align with your values and which ones are just chasing status. The right woman will respect you for being honest about your struggles and will admire your drive to improve. And that kind of support is what you need. It's priceless. It's one thing to embrace dating on a budget. It's another to do it the right way. If you're going to put yourself out there, you need to set some ground rules. These aren't just about protecting your wallet. They're about showing up as the best version of yourself, no matter your financial situation. Let me take you through the rules now. Rule number 1, be honest, but don't overshare. Don't pretend to be something you're not. If your finances are tight, don't act like you're a millionaire just to impress her. The right kind of women value honesty. But here's the trick. Don't make your financial rut the centerpiece of your conversations. Avoid saying things like, sorry, I can't afford that. Instead, reframe it positively. Try something like, I've got this cool idea for a date that's way more fun than just spending money. By focusing on what you can offer, you're showing confidence and resourcefulness without oversharing the negatives, okay? Rule number 2, be creative with your dates. This one is key. Creativity is your best friend when you're broke. The good news is that meaningful dates don't have to be expensive. Women remember effort and not dollar signs. The right kind of women. Think about it. Anyone can swipe a credit card, but not everyone can create a memorable experience. And here's a pro tip. The best dates are the ones that create stories you'll both laugh about after. If you can find ways to surprise her or tap into her interests without spending much, you'll stand out. Rule 3, show ambition and not excuses. Let's keep it real. No woman wants to hear you complaining about how broke you are without seeing any effort to change it. If you're in a financial rut, own it, but show that you're doing something about the situation. Talk about your goals, your side hustles, or the steps you're taking to improve. Ambition is attractive. Women aren't just looking for a man who has it all, they're looking for someone who's working towards it. So if you can frame your financial rut as a stepping stone rather than a permanent pitfall, you're going to come across as determined, driven, and optimistic. Rule 4, focus on emotional connection. When money is off the table, you're left with what truly matters in dating: emotional connection. This is your chance to show her who you are, your sense of humor, your kindness, your intelligence. Ask meaningful questions, listen actively, and make her feel like she's the only person in the room. Rule 5, know your worth. This one's huge. When you're dating while broke, it's easy to feel like you're at a disadvantage. But let me tell you something, your worth is not tied to your bank account. And don't let anyone, including yourself, make you feel like you're less than just because you're in a tough spot financially. Here's the thing, the right woman will see the value in your character, your ambition, and your vision for the future. If she doesn't, then she's not worth your time. You're not just looking for someone to date, you're looking for someone who can appreciate the journey that you're on. But let's flip this for a second. Knowing your worth also means having boundaries, okay? Don't let anyone take advantage of your kindness or your vulnerability just because you're trying to impress them. If she's constantly expecting you to spend money you don't have or making you feel small for your financial situation, it's a red flag that you shouldn't ignore. Okay, so it's about time. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, confidence. If you're dating while broke, the one thing that will make or break your success isn't your wallet, it's your mindset. Confidence is the ultimate hack. It's not just about looking good or talking smooth. It's about how you carry yourself, how you see yourself, and how you project your value to the people around you. And the best part, confidence doesn't cost a dime. Confidence comes from knowing who you are and being unapologetic about it. If you're in a financial rut, own it. But don't shy away from it. Don't make excuses for it, and definitely don't let it define who you are. Instead, let it fuel you. Let it remind you that where you are now is just a chapter and not the whole book. Let's get into how to build confidence while broke. I've got a couple of steps to share, real quick. Step 1 is to focus on what you can control. Your finances might be tight, but there's so much more to you than money. Work on improving the things you can control. Things like your fitness, your grooming, your communication skills, right? A man who takes care of himself sends a message that he values himself, and that's incredibly attractive. Step 2, lean into your strengths. What makes you unique? Maybe it's your sense of humor, your creativity, or your ability to make people feel at ease. I mean, whatever it is, leverage it. When you highlight your strengths and shift the focus away from what you lack and toward what you bring to the table, you're good to go. Step 3, reframe your mindset. Instead of thinking, I'm broke, I'm not good enough, think, I'm broke, but I'm working on it, and that makes me resilient. Your mindset is everything, guys. If you see yourself as a work in progress rather than a failure, you'll start to show up in a way that reflects your potential and not your circumstances. Here's a quick test to check your confidence level. Ask yourself, would I date me? If the answer is no, it's time to start working on how you view yourself. Confidence isn't just about being perfect. It requires accepting your imperfections and showing up anyway. And let me let you in on a little secret. The right woman doesn't want a perfect man. She wants a man who's authentic, who's real, who's confident enough to admit, I don't have it right now, but I'm working on it. That's powerful. Here's the bottom line. Confidence isn't just about dating, it's about growth. It's about seeing your financial rut not as a limitation, but an opportunity to become the best version of yourself. And when you show up with that energy, women will notice, they'll respect you, and the right woman, well, she'll want to join you on that journey. So I guess what I'm trying to say is this. To every man waiting out there for his finances to get right before dating, stop waiting. Life doesn't pause for your bank account, and neither should you. Put yourself out there. Learn, grow, and date with intention. Because the truth is, the right woman won't care about what you don't have. She'll care about who you are and where you're headed. Jessica OS here. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, share with another broke guy. Feels weird to say, but yes, please share it. And subscribe to the channel so you can get notified every time I post. Like this video so I know. And let me hear your thoughts on what you've heard so far. I appreciate you. I love you. See you in the next video.